All right, stop what you're doing. DoorDash is quietly rolling out a feature that could change your dashing game. Well, they're reinventing it and bringing it back because some markets already sell it. But it's the power to give your worst restaurants a timeout. What if you could make that painfully slow McDonald's or nightmare Popeyes just disappear for just a little while? In this video, I am breaking down the smart way to use the new pause button to protect your hourly rate and boost your earnings. Now, we've all been there. You're on a roll, orders are popping off, and then it happens. You hear that DoorDash notification, and it's an order from that restaurant. The one where you're guaranteed to wait that like 20 minutes for like a $5 order, and it has chaotic parking, and the staff just looks right through you like you don't even exist. Every market has these restaurants and these spots. For some, it's Popeyes with a line wrapped around the block. For others, it's Wendy's forcing you to go through the drive-thru because a lot of times their dining room is closed. You're burning gas, you're losing money. Whatever the name, the story is the same, and they are profit killers. Now, this is where the frustration boils over. Every minute you're stuck waiting is a minute that you're not earning money, which tanks your hourly rate. Spend 25 minutes on a $5 order and you're making less than minimum wage. Your options? Well, you can decline it and watch your acceptance rate take the hit. And if you're in the tier system, you're risking your tiers and maybe your platinum status for priority orders. DoorDash backs you into a corner, wastes your time for pocket change, and then also they damage the stats that you need to make good money. But what if you could take these profit-killing restaurants, the ones you absolutely hate, we all have them, and just make them just go away just for a little bit? DoorDash has started rolling out a feature that does almost exactly that. It's called the pause offer from stores, and it's one of the most significant updates for drivers in years. Now, it's interesting because a couple of months ago, this actually came to my market and it lasted one day and it was gone. And then a couple weeks later, it was back, but your acceptance rate was still dropping and the feature wasn't working because we were still seeing restaurants that we wanted to pause. And then we got an email saying, oops, sorry, my bad. You weren't supposed to get this feature. And they gave us our acceptance rates back. It was so backwards, it wasn't even funny. In some markets, DoorDash is giving us the power to temporarily stop receiving offers for up to 3 stores. And they actually got an email, an official email from DoorDash. It just wasn't rolled out as a surprise like the update that I got, that when you pause a restaurant, you won't get any pings from this location for 2 whole weeks. God, that sounds like heaven, doesn't it? Now, here's the most important detail. The part that makes this a game changer. When you use this feature to decline an offer, that specific decline does not negatively impact your acceptance rate. Let me say that again. You can refuse an order from a problem store, up to 3 stores, pause them for 2 weeks without penalty to your stats for that one refusal. This is a massive shift from our only tool being the decline button, which always penalizes us as dashers. This feature finally acknowledges that not all restaurants are the same, giving us the power to filter out ones that completely waste our time. The feature is still rolling out to even more markets, and it could be a little buggy, kind of like what I experienced. But where it is active, it's actually already helping dashers, and they absolutely love it. So how do you actually use this? You can only pause a store after you get an offer from it. You have to wait for that dreaded DoorDash notification from the restaurant that you want to put on timeout. Here's the play-by-play. An offer from, let's say, Popeyes pops up. Instead of just hitting decline, Look closer at the decline screen. If this is in your market, you should see a new option or button that says something like pause offers from the store. You need to tap that pause button first after selecting it, and then you hit the final decline button to confirm. The app will then show a confirmation that you paused orders from that store for 2 weeks, and most importantly, that your acceptance rate wasn't affected by this decline. That's it. That's simple. For the next 2 weeks, that restaurant is on your personal blacklist. You can manage your list of up to 3 pauses in your ratings tab and your account settings, which is new from when it was in my market. Once you paused it, you didn't know where it went. It kind of went into la la land. You couldn't manage a darn thing. This is a huge new power for us as drivers. I'm curious, what's the situation in your area? Do you have this feature? Were you like me and you had it and you lost it? Or did you receive the email that I was showing earlier, because this is new to many markets? Go ahead, let me know in the comments below. And more importantly, what is the #1 restaurant you would pause right now if you could? Drop the name in the comments. Let's see which restaurants are the worst offenders nationwide. Okay, knowing the feature is one thing. Using it strategically is how you'll actually make more money as a dasher. First, use data, not just your emotion. We've all had that one awful experience, but don't burn one of your 3 pause slots on a one-time fluke. Keep a blacklist of consistently bad restaurants. I already have them in mind up in my head. Pause the stores that have proven to be unprofitable over weeks, not just one bad night. We all have bad nights. Every restaurant has a bad night. Second, think of this as a firewall. Often a problem restaurant is located on the edge of a great area, trying to pull you into a low earning zone. Use the feature to knock out those specific locations. Blocking them makes it easier to stay in your preferred area and also high earning areas. It's all about strategy. Third, this is a multi-apping power move, but know which pause to use. The app has 2 different pauses. If you accept a great Uber Eats order and need to silence all DoorDash offers for a bit, use the pause dash feature, and that allows you to actually not receive orders from DoorDash. The pause offers from store feature is your long-term strategic tool for cleaning up your offer feed, so it helps you make better decisions and also gets you better offers in the long run from DoorDash. Fourth, a pro level tip: use it to kill annoying add-on orders. We all get them. You know, the second you get near a restaurant, DoorDash usually will try to stack on a terrible order like a $2 add-on, unless you use the pause feature I just talked about. A clever strategy is to use a pause slot on the restaurant that frequently sends you these junk stacked orders, protecting your time and also your acceptance rate. Finally, reassess. The pause only lasts 2 weeks, so set a reminder after 2 weeks that Popeyes is back on the menu. You'll have to get an offer from them again to repause them again. The system forces you to regularly reevaluate which 3 restaurants are truly the most damaging to your bottom line, if it stays on in your market that long. It did not stay in my market more than 2 weeks to actually test this theory. Now, as great as this feature is, it isn't perfect. Let's talk about the catch. First, the biggest limit is you can only pause 3 stores. In some markets, the list of problem restaurants is way longer than 3 restaurants, forcing you to be strategic about which 3 are truly costing you the most amount of money. Second, the pause is temporary, only 2 weeks. You can't permanently ban a restaurant. After 2 weeks, the offers will start coming in again, and then you'll have to wait for another one to hit that pause button once again. Third, because it's still new, this feature can be buggy. It can be taken away from you at any minute. Some drivers report pausing a store only to get an offer from it a few days later, like it happened in my area. Others say support agents have no idea what you're even talking about. That also happened when this came into my area. So be ready for potential glitches because this is DoorDash and you know that happens. So there you have it. The pause offers from store feature is one of the biggest strategic tools DoorDash has given us, and it's actually positive. It's a direct answer to one of our biggest complaints, profit killing restaurants. By using it smartly with data for filtering zones and cleaning up your offers, you can take back some of the control from the algorithm. You can finally stop the flood of offers from your personal blacklist without wrecking your acceptance rate and boosting your daily earnings. If you got any value from this breakdown of this new feature, do me a favor and hit that like button and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any more DoorDash updates or strategies for making the most out of the DoorDash app. I talked earlier in this video that this got rolled out a couple months ago to my market. If you want to check out the original video, you're going to want to check this one out next, and I'll see you over there.